Welcome back to my bathroom. Today we're testing out the 6 cheapest mascaras. First up, the cheapest mascara is Wet n Wild Megawear. This one is $2 on Amazon. Doesn't seem like there's much in here, and it does appear to be rather dry. This Wet n Wild brand is paraben-free, vegan, and why is it hard? And cruelty-free. There you go. This is supposed to be a lightweight gel formula for instant volume. Come on over. The instructions say to move it side to side and then up. And I don't have to curl my eyelashes because they're still permed. I think it's been 2 weeks since we permed the eyelashes and I love it. I'm gonna continue to do it. This is actually working pretty okay. It's not super dry like I thought it was gonna be, but it is making them seem a little spider leggy. It's getting worse. Pretend this is super clean. I got this at the Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree. I've been using it a lot because I use a pretty cheap mascara on the regular anyway. And since it's getting pretty dry, it's pretty clumpy. Ignoring the mess I made on the top, it's actually not that bad. Well, but it is still clumpy. I feel like there's nothing in here. No product. Definitely not my favorite. I wouldn't repurchase it. I'd give it a solid 4. Next, another one from Wet n Wild. This is called Megavolume. It's $2.48. Also feels dry, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this on the camera. No, I don't think you can. You have to kind of look at it in the light, but when the light hits it, you can see there's not a lot of product in there. Has the same dryness look as the previous one, so maybe it's the same formula, they just changed the wand and the packaging. They claim this gives instant volume due to the spiral brush. The picture on the listing is gorgeous. She has a beautiful eyeball with perfect lashes. It does look like those are fake lashes, so that's pretty misleading. Who's that one girl that did that? The TikTok lady that was promoting mascara and she ended up just putting fake eyelashes on. I feel like that stuff is all around. That just happened to be the one time people actually noticed. Kind of like when influencers will rent something that looks like a private jet to take their videos or photos, but it's just a fake setup like they have at Delta model airplane room. A big wave of fakeness. This one's already better than this one. Can't get these corner ones, but it may be because of the perm. Here we go with the bug eyes. You know, when you're making that face when you put mascara on, it looks like the Scream face or Ghost face. Honestly, they kind of look similar, but this one didn't need the Dollar Tree brush. I actually like this one. I'd give it a 6. There's really just not much in here again, so it seems very wasteful. Even though it's $3, I'm gonna have to buy this often. I would rather buy one for a little bit more and have more in the tube. We're gonna go in with these pads to get a fresh start for the next one. And these are just okay. Right now they're working great because the mascara is still wet, but when it's dry and been on there for several hours, say it with me, several hours, it's challenging to get it off. I just prefer baby oil. You can get it at the Dollar Tree. It's gentle on the eyes. I wouldn't pour it down the sink unless you're a renter, but it's great. The next one is by a company called Essence. Already, did you hear that? This one feels like it has way more product in it than the previous two. $4.99, and it has over 300,000 reviews on Amazon with an average 4-star rating. I'm not a mathematician, but I bet they're pretty wealthy, whoever made this. This brand, Essence, is also silicone and paraben-free and not tested on animals. Cruelty-free. I always thought that when companies said they tested on animals, well, they're obviously not shouting it, "We test on animals." I thought that meant that bunnies were just hopping around in a nice magical field wearing mascara, and people in lab coats were just sitting there watching, taking notes to see which bunny's mascara lasted longer. I think that's a fantasy lie we like to tell ourselves so we feel better about what we're doing, what we're buying. I did a quick deep dive on this. According to Google, we're gonna do this on the bottom lashes also. Makeup that's tested on animals is either shoved down their throat so they can ingest them, rubbed or smeared on their skin, or dripped all over their eyes. After they shove the mascara down the rabbit's throat, mice, whatever animal they're using, they then monitor the animal over a period of time. Once that period of time is up, no matter if the animal had negative side effects or not, they kill the animal, harvest the organs to see what damage was done to the internal organs. So that's how we justify learning about the chemicals and what they're going to do to us. Examples of some of these companies are Aquafresh, the toothpaste, Head & Shoulders, which is one of my favorite shampoos, because not to brag, I have dandruff. I'm a dandruff girly. I had no idea, so now I have to stop using that. We're gonna switch to those doTERRA-alls. Maybelline, L'Oreal, and Vaseline test on animals. Can't even have Vaseline. I did not know that about the companies or the testing on animals, how the process worked. This is kind of sad, but it'll only last a minute. But my dog, I almost said my dad. I don't even know who my dad is. My dog died 3 days ago. Since my dog passed away, I have been really self-reflecting on how animals are treated. And then after I read this, which is very sad to imagine an innocent animal having mascara smeared all over its face and down its throat just so I can look pretty with my eyelashes. Are we being serious right now? What I'm trying to say is I'm gonna be a little bit more mindful of animals in general, especially when it comes to buying makeup products. Please don't do that. Well, you gotta be a vegan. I've been a vegan before and I felt awful. That's a whole different area, but you could argue that too, because there are cruel living situations to most animals that are bred or raised for us to consume. Anyway, back to this mascara. This brand has a bunch of different colors to represent what the mascara is going to do. This one is supposed to give you a false eyelash look. I like this one. And it says you can start layering it, compacting it, whatever, if you like that spider leg look. I hate mascaras that you have to do 1,000 coats. Someone could read 23 chapters in a book by the time you finish putting on your mascara because they're so dry. I like these one and done. Put this on and get out of here. This one, I'd actually give it an 8. Probably could have done without the second layer because it did make it look. See those? Is that too close? Spider legs. You get 2? What? This one is by Rimmel. $4.54 and you get 2. It is a gel formula also, just like the second one, I believe. And it says it has extra dense bristles so it can coat each individual lash. So for a more natural look. This one is also cruelty free, this Rimmel brand. And I think this one needs this little brush here. This one's nice. Sorry, I didn't mean to use the middle finger. They are kind of sticking together a little bit, which I don't like. When I want them to look more natural, obviously I want them fanned out, but it's just not really doing it that well, but it's not bad. And you get 2, you can give one to a buddy. But if I had to pick one, I would go with this one. I like just the one swipe and I'm done. And I also prefer the more dramatic look. I don't wear makeup often, but when I do, I pack it on. I look like I'm gonna go work those streets, girl. I'm gonna work them. I'm just an all or nothing kind of gal in all aspects of my life, which is not healthy, but I'm working on it. This is embarrassing to admit because I failed. I don't remember when I told you this, but I had quit caffeine and it took forever and I was really cranky and miserable. I kind of spiraled a little bit. It was actually really hard. Over Christmas break, I picked up drinking coffee again. I haven't had coffee in 8 months, but go ahead and bring it on. I had that 1 cup of coffee and it was good. I felt like I could hear colors. It felt good, it tasted good, and then it went downhill. Then I was back to being a crackhead, wondering when I could go to the coffee house to get more coffee. This went on for about 3 weeks. And then I told myself on Christmas, this is enough, you crackhead. You're gonna have 1 cup of coffee today. So on Christmas, I had my final coffee and I'm back to feeling better. But it's amazing how a 3-week or short period of time can really just mess something up because you have to go back through the withdrawal cycle. And some people are like, oh, it's not hard. You just don't do it. Yeah, I know you just don't do it, but you feel awful. And some people don't. Some people can do it and not feel a thing. But for me, it feels terrible. What was I saying? I'm either wearing a lot of makeup or none at all. I'm drinking 10 cups of coffee, none at all. I'm having a box of wine, none at all. I'm running a marathon or never running. So that's cool, right? This is Super Lash by Apple Cosmetics and it says avocado down here. Whoa. What? Look at that. This is made in Mexico. It has a perfume scent, which is kind of odd. It's $6.45. I can't be serious with this. This one also says to wiggle it back and forth and do that. Well, it does actually work. The brush is too obnoxious for fine details or bottom lashes. Maybe after some time it would be easier, but I hate the brush. Just too large. It's making a mess. But the mascara itself, the formula isn't bad. Hate the smell. It's very old grandmother floral scented. I would give this a 3. Lastly, we have Rimmel Scandal Eyes. Like Scandalize. $5.97 and it's smudge proof and cry proof, waterproof. The gimmick behind this is the brush is apparently 50 times larger, so it's supposed to cover the lash line in less swoops. And I would say that it does that pretty okay. It looks nice, it's not clumpy, and it seems to be pretty buildable if you wanted it to look more artificial or spider leggy. Fan this out. Let's see if you can rub your eyes. It does turn into spider legs. but it didn't really transfer that much on my finger. I don't think you would intentionally be rubbing on your eyes like that if you were wearing makeup, right? Pretend I'm crying, which I probably could cry on cue today. I wouldn't consider this waterproof, but it's doing a pretty okay job of hanging in there. It's hanging on. I've never had a waterproof mascara that actually worked, and I would know because I'm a crier. If anyone has one of those, let me know. This Essence one is my favorite by far. $5, and it seems like there's a lot in there. Works really quickly, and it's good for the animals. Thanks again for joining me here in my bathroom for whatever this is. Next time, we're probably gonna try dyeing my eyelashes. We did the perm, we found the mascara. Now it's time to start dyeing. Bad timing with the dog. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, drive slow, drink water. We're drinking water together, and I will see you next time for something cool. Something cool.